Même moi, quand on m'avait fait
I film all protests. I normally do the Manchester one.
So, you film, sorry?
I film most protests.
Okay, for which, so if you don't mind me asking, which
Oh, just YouTube. Just YouTube, yeah. I normally do the Manchester one, but I think they're doing one a bit far away today, so,
okay.
And I'm just visiting people, so.
And what sort of organisations usually? I mean, what sort of protests you?
I just film everything, whatever's going on.
Do you mind if I look at your YouTube channel? If you don't mind?
No, Street Hawk.
Huh?
Street Hawk.
If you don't mind, I mean, I just...
No problem, because
like,
you'll see I do them all. I normally do Leeds or Manchester, some places like that.
Street?
Hawk.
H-A-R-K?
Hey, sorry, I was just passing by. I saw you. How are you doing, my bro?
Yeah, thank you very much.
How's the family doing? My little baby?
Good.
Mina?
How are you being?
Good, I'm good. I'm good. Just like shopping and then have to work a little bit.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. See you. Bye. Sorry, but it's called Street
Hawk.
Hawk as H-A-W.
WK. If you can't find it, just type Leeds Pro-Palestinian protests. It pops up with that. And you find Street Hawk.
No, he's filming, but this is his channel. Okay.
You go on, just type Street. If you can't find it, type Leeds Pro-Palestinian protests. Yeah, that's it. You can see it. I do all sorts, but it was just I'm in the area. Normally, I didn't even know you were doing one, so.
What's your name?
It's Adam.
Adam, Sam.
Yeah, no problem, please.
They need your help to support. I'm saying help to save Barbie fans and children's farm. We moved down. Standing here. Fair enough. Ryan McCaffrey's here. We'll have to Ladies, don't have any food. We need your support. Brave woman.
Hands full. I do it neutral. I just turn up. I normally do Manchester or Leeds, but I do it neutral. But yeah, but it also gives. I say nothing. I'm neutral. I do it in a neutral way, so I don't say anything. I just film things. So it's like I do Manchester and Leeds and stuff.
Do you?
Yeah, that's where I mainly do. Leeds is the most ones, but.
Oh, my son's going to show a film in Leeds soon. Are you a Leeds guy? He's showing a film about Israeli-Palestinian football, which he made. The PSC are putting it on in Leeds.
Was it in the pub? Because they
No.
did.
It's going to be 3rd of August.
Right.
If you're up
There's
there,
quite a few.
you'll be up there.
Yeah, probably, but I can never guarantee. You just don't know.
I'm trying to think. 3rd of August.
Brilliant.
Luke
It'll
O'Reilly's,
pop
my
up.
son, has made this really interesting film.
Okay, cool.
Obviously pro-Palestine.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Right, cheers.
Help save the starving families and children and babies of Gaza. They need your support. No baby. We're really desperate. Help save the starving families and children. Help save the starving families, children and babies of Gaza. Help save the children.
Oops.
We're raising awareness. We're raising awareness today of the appalling ongoing situation in Gaza. Still no ceasefire, over 20,000 children slaughtered. 20,000 children, imagine. Anybody with a child, grandchild, niece, nephew, think of the appalling trauma these children are suffering. 21 months of bombardment and now starvation. Please take a leaflet, find out what's going on. This is in the name of humanity. Take a leaflet, boycott Israel. You can boycott products in the shops. You can write to your MP. You can sign petitions. You can ring your MP and ask what they're doing. Ask, are they going to stop arming this genocidal, barbaric regime? That's what it is, it's barbarism. Over 65,000 people now slaughtered in Gaza. Medics, specifically targeted. Very interesting documentary on Channel 4, The Doctors of Gaza, how they are specifically targeting medical people and journalists. No foreign journalists are allowed in Gaza. Hospitals have been destroyed, universities have destroyed, and schools. This is a genocide. This is ethnic cleansing. You destroy a culture when you destroy their schools and universities. You destroy a people when you destroy, bombard, and annihilate people. This is what's going on. It's going on as we speak, as you walk along, as we go shopping, as we buy a coffee. More and more Gazans are being killed. Targeted when they go for aid. Imagine snipers taking them out when they pick up aid. And they come out to save their families from starvation, and they're taken out by snipers. Imagine being in that state, going kilometers to find an aid station and then being shot in the head by a sniper. This is the reality. This is what's going on as we speak. Please take a leaflet. Find out what's going on. Sign the petitions. Boycott Israeli goods. Ask your MP why we're still arming Israel. All to do with money and greed. And the ordinary people suffer. 20,000 children now have been killed in Gaza. It doesn't take an enormous leap of imagination to imagine if you were in that situation. What do you say to a 5-year-old whose mother's just been killed? What do you say to a mother whose 5-year-old has just been burnt alive in a flimsy tent? Because this is the reality of what's going on. Please take a leaflet. Stand up and be counted. Evil flourishes when good people do nothing. A lot of good people are doing absolutely nothing. And this is a genocide, the like of which we haven't seen for decades. Please take a leaflet. Do something positive. Justice for the Palestinian people. After decades and decades of injustice, take a minute to read a leaflet. How many hours can we spend on our phones? You can take one leaflet. It won't poison you to take a leaflet. 20,000 children now massacred in Gaza. 20,000 children. Imagine that figure. Whole families have been wiped out. Hospitals, universities, schools, specifically targeted by a highly technologically adept regime.
A week later, we're still.
Whose aim is to destroy the Palestinian people in Gaza, to eliminate their culture. This is ethnic cleansing and this is genocide. Please take a leaflet. Ignorance is not bliss. These are people like you and me with the same dreams and aspirations. And yet they are being tormented, humiliated, massacred, and now starved. Some of the flour coming into Gaza has been poisoned. Can you imagine? The little aid that's getting into Gaza, some of which has been poisoned. Please take a leaflet. Find out what's going on. These people are dying 5 hours by plane from here. 5 hours away, people are dying. They are being massacred by a brutal apartheid genocidal regime whose aim is to destroy the Palestinian people and their culture. This has been the aim for decades, but now it's intensified. Imagine all those people slaughtered. Please take a leaflet, find out what's going on. You have a child of your own, imagine the situation. What do you say to a small child when the child says, when is the bombing going to stop, mummy? The bombing has continued for 21 months. The bombing hasn't stopped. Traumatized. Imagine the trauma of these people. The trauma that will go down generations. The children aren't dead, they're injured. And if they're not injured, they're traumatized. Whole families have been targeted. They've targeted the doctors. Catch the documentary on Channel 4 about doctors in Gaza. If you can bear to watch it, it's harrowing, but it's telling us the truth of what is happening to these people. And it's happening now, absolutely happening now, while we walk along, while we go shopping, while we have a coffee. These people are dying, shot at aid posts, shot by snipers, trying to get money to keep their families alive. That means nothing, carry on, but it means something listening, take a leaflet, sign the petition, do something. Boycott Israeli goods in the shops. Justice for the Palestinian people. After decades and decades and decades of injustice, and now a wholesale genocide. Not just massacres in Gaza, also in the West Bank. Whole cities have been cordoned off. People can't move in the West Bank. Settlers attacking them. Justice for those poor murdered children of Gaza. And it hasn't stopped. There isn't a ceasefire yet. We are demanding you ask your MPs to demand ceasefire. To stop the carnage, to stop the barbarism, because that's what it is. It's barbarism.
There are 100,000 hostages held in Israeli jails.
Do people who commit genocide allow those people into their hospitals and into jobs? What about Egypt that's on the other side?
Yeah, well,
Why does no one care about Egypt that haven't opened their borders?
Well, of course that's wrong.
Is it not just an anti-Semitic thing? What about the Chinese government? No one's boycotting Chinese shops?
Of course that's wrong as well.
Are
Of course
they?
that's wrong. Of course that's wrong.
You
No,
don't
I
have to answer me because you know I'm right.
don't know what you're saying.
And do you know how offensive that watermelon is? That watermelon symbolises the destruction of an entire country. Do you know what that country has done for society? It created your mobile phone technology. It created cancer medication that has probably saved people's lives.
It's killed 20,000 children.
And do you know that?
So you're not answering that
For
question.
Palestine.
But do you know that?
20,000 children. What
But
do you
there's
say
real
about that?
genocide happening in places like Yemen and
Well,
Sudan.
why didn't you? 20,000 children.
But there's real genocide happening elsewhere that nobody cares about because
All the
it doesn't
hospitals,
involve Jewish people.
all the hospitals have been destroyed.
Ultimately, this isn't about anything else but hatred of Jews.
You destroy the young people.
Reduce it to that, of course, and that's
My
the
dear,
argument.
that's
It's
not
the
true.
reduction.
I do understand your point, but that's not true.
It's the reduction into
Palestinians free you, but not from Israel, from their own government.
the way you do it is what? To kill 20,000 children?
Do they not need freeing from Hamas?
Palestinians are not all members of Hamas. Just the same as not every Israeli supports
Israel puts
Netanyahu.
down their guns, then Israel is no more.
Netanyahu-
Hamas puts down their guns, then war is over.
I don't think, no, that's not, there's
Are you
no
filming
logic to
me?
your argument.
Yeah.
So,
You're going to say, yeah,
but it's
so
true.
20,000 children, you still haven't answered. How is that okay?
But what about what Hamas
No,
are doing?
all right, but how is that okay?
What about Hamas are doing?
Well, you're not answering, so it's up to you.
You're not answering me either.
Destroying all the hospitals,
What
how is
Hamas
that
did
okay?
was an atrocious massacre, and
Hamas
nobody's
put themselves
disputing
in
that.
hospitals and in schools. The idea.
So the 20,000 children that you won't answer
but they
about,
let people know.
so it's the babies and the children, it's their fault, is it?
But
They
it's not
deserve
Israel's
to
fault
die.
either.
They deserve to
It's not
die.
Israel's fault either.
No, I don't think
Well,
anybody's
they
saying
Israel
it's Israel's
protects their
fault.
citizens, but you've got in Gaza they're not protected. They're used as human shields.
Well, all the babies and all the children, there's no rationality. No rationality to your arguments at all.
Burnt to pieces in a flimsy tent.
The distortion of the country is such double standards, and ultimately
I mean, that's the only arguments that they rely on. They'll retreat to that argument all the time, no matter how. And you won't answer anything else. You're going to get to that point.
see you later.
Well,
Genocide in Gaza.
Please take a leaflet. We're raising awareness of the appalling situation that is faced by the Gazans and the people in the West Bank. 20,000 children are now slain in Gaza. Hospitals, universities, schools have been specifically targeted. Over 65,000 people are dead, and we are still sending arms to Israel. Everyone can do their bit. You can boycott Israeli goods, you can boycott Israeli institutions, sign a petition, you can ring your MP, you can write your MP, you can email your MP, and ask them why are they still supporting this genocide. We know why they're still supporting it. It's all to do with money and power. We need to ask the question. Please take a leaflet and find out what's going on. 65,000 people have now been killed in Gaza. It goes on and on and on. This is a genocidal barbaric regime whose aim is to destroy the Palestinian people. Justice for the Palestinians after decades and decades of injustice, and now ethnic cleansing and genocide. Please take a leaflet. Find out what you can do to raise awareness.
Families of children and babies of Gaza. They've got no baby formula coming through. They're going to suffer and die badly. They need your help. Boycott Israeli goods.
Bombed and now starved. That's what's happening now. Please take a leaflet. Justice for Palestine. After decades and decades of injustice. Please take a leaflet.
Guys.
You have 1 minute to read a leaflet. Palestinians are being targeted when they come to get aid at the aid stations. We know a family where their husband went to get aid for his family and was shot in the head by a sniper. This is happening every day. They reckon at least 50 Palestinians are being killed every day trying to get aid. We've heard now that some of the flour coming through has been poisoned. Imagine. Imagine when you're starving and then the flour you receive has been poisoned. Justice for the Palestinian people. Please take a leaflet. Please sign a petition. Decades and decades of injustice. 65,000 people now slain in Gaza. How many more need to die before we have a ceasefire? How many more have to die before we let it Justice for the people of Gaza. Justice for the people of the West Bank. Justice for the people of East Jerusalem. Under attack. Constantly under attack. In their own land. This is ethnic cleansing and genocide. It's been called out as such. And it continues and it continues. More and more children die. If they don't die, they don't perish in flames or by bombs. They perish for lack of food. Imagine how hot it must be now in the Gaza Strip. And there's no water. We talked to a professor yesterday whose children had had no water for 5 days. This is the reality, the ordinary everyday reality. And yet we can walk about, have a coffee, meet our friends. The Gazans can't do this. The Gazans are a victim of a genocidal barbaric regime. Please take a leaflet, find out what's happening.
They're going to start very slowly. They need your support and help urgently. Boycott Israeli goods. One small step will help.
Over 20,000 children now slain in Gaza. That's okay, war policy. If you have any feelings of humanity about these children, take it easy. It'll take you 1 minute to read the video. It'll take you 1 minute to make a phone call. 1 minute to sign a petition. Justice for Palestine after decades and decades of injustice and now genocide. Now everything's ending. 20,000 children slaughtered in Gaza. 20,000 children. Imagine, what do you say to a child who's just lost his mother? What do you say to a mother who's just lost her whole family? The surgeon who lost her whole family except one child. Medical people targeted specifically. Schools and universities destroyed. The idea is to erase the culture. Find out what's going on. Indifference is not the answer. This is just common humanity. You can see it on your televisions. It's not something that's happening that you haven't seen. This is happening in real time. While you're walking around having coffee, doing some shopping, more and more Palestinians are being slaughtered. That's okay, carry on walking, but if it's not, take a leaflet. Justice for the Palestinian people after decades and decades of injustice, and now subjected to a vile genocide. Please take a leaflet, do something, sign a petition, bring your MP, put pressure on your MP. We are complicit in this genocide. We are still supplying arms. A third of the Labour cabinet have received monies from the Israeli government. We are complicit in this horror. Please take a leaflet. You can boycott Israeli goods in the shops. You can boycott Israeli companies. Everybody can do something. Justice for the Palestinian people. After decades and decades of humiliation, occupation, annexation, now they are being killed. They are being slaughtered. They are being starved.
The babies got no formula going through to them. They're starving.
The mothers can't feed their own babies because they haven't got the milk.
Charity shop.
Go to an aid station in Gaza, you are at risk of being shot at. We have a family whose husband was shot trying to get aid. Imagine, being starving, trying to get aid and then being shot. At least 50 people are being shot every day. If this means nothing, then this is very sad. But if you've got humanity, it's just a question of humanity. These people are dying daily. If they're not dying by being bombed, they're now beginning to die of starvation. Imagine the heat now in Gaza. We had a heat wave a couple of days ago. Imagine how much hotter it is in Gaza, and people don't have water. We have the luxury of these things. The Gazans don't. The Gazans are being systematically eliminated, and it's happening as we speak. So please take a leaflet, find out what you can do. Sign a petition. We are asking you to do something, however little it is. However little time you have, you can do something. You can send your MP, you can send an email, you can sign a petition, you can boycott Israeli goods. It's very effective. A lot of people are boycotting a lot of Israeli outlets, and it's becoming quite effective. So please take a leaflet, find out what's going on.
Boycott Israeli goods if you can.
20,000 children slaughtered. If that means nothing, then we've lost our humanity. If the fact
Children and babies of Gaza. The children have no formula getting through. They're starving, hungry. They need your support. Boycott Israeli goods. One small step will always help. Starving families and children and babies of Gaza.
Well done, well said.
Thank you. Justice for the people of Gaza. After decades and decades of injustice, oppression, humiliation, now starvation,
1 million kids.
now genocide. When will it stop? When will it stop? Genocide and a brutal ethnic cleansing. Let's find out what's going on.
Also, boycott Israeli goods if you can. And the cop's now doing that. Well done. Don't shut me out the door. Help send the starving families, children and babies of Gaza. The babies have no formula coming through. They will die slowly. They need your support. Boycott Israeli goods. Those sorts of small steps will always help. Thank you. Boycott Israeli goods. Children there, they need your support. They're starving hungry. Upset to starving
Yeah, they do need help. Why don't you go there and help them?
Why don't you help them? Baby's got no forward coming through. They need your support desperately. Boycott Israeli goods. These small steps will add up. Thank you.
It ain't going to be long before he has next week anyway.
Babies don't have any forward getting through. They're going to suffer badly. Boycott Israeli goods. All these small steps help. Thank you.
Genocide on fire parkway.
Genocide in Gaza, the fire apartheid.
I don't watch TV. What's happening?
See, I've got another appointment.
You come from Manchester?
No, Leeds. I do Manchester a lot. Manchester's bigger. It's more more fun. See, son goes to Leeds. I'll have to ask him what he looks like, because if he goes in the protest, I'll probably know him. I'm terrible with names. My mates will know them by names, but I'm terrible.
You put the videos of certain webs, YouTube.
I just put them on. If you go on Street Heart, you'll see it. But if you can't find it, yeah, if you can't find them, just type in Leeds Pro-Palestinian protest. That's the easiest way. Yeah, that's easy, because.
But if I'm up that way, I'm looking up and see if there's a march on that.
Yeah, there's usually one. I mean, the thing is, and this is what we've been told, is since yesterday, a lot of them apparently going to close them down because they're all panicking over the Palestine Action.
Yeah, but that's only one. That's only one group. They
I
can
know.
change their name anytime they like.
They can't.
Why not?
It's against the life. We looked it up. If they do that, they'll be. You have to. It's not as
What,
easy as that.
they've locked it up with people, mate.
No, well, if you right, the whole thing's shut down completely.
Yeah.
Right. The
But
thing
that's
is,
that one particular group.
yeah. But the problem is, Leeds group, Manchester group, stood up and said, we're all Palestine Action. And I went up and said, shut the F up. You just landed every single one there in the problems because their bank accounts can be raided and everything. And there's a lot of them now are dropping straight. Apparently there was a meeting and they're all saying that some of them, but we'll have to see.
I think people can change their names and do whatever
They can't. But what they might do, you know, Youth Demand is a mixture of Palestine Action and Just Stop Oil. But
1 million kids there spread the message. And also the co-op stop shelving Israeli products.
Okay, shame not everyone's doing that.
Well done.
But just keep an eye out because it'll be an interesting few weeks. I said to everyone, distance yourself, but they created all the problems for themselves.
We can all change that. I can change
No, it does. If you look it up, I thought they could, but under the law, if it's not that simple. It's really complicated. Anyway, I'll see you later.
There's a million kids out there in Gaza. They're starving hungry. Spread that message to your friends.
Right, it's gone out.
1 million kids.
Cheers. See you later. Oops. Cheers. Oops.
You absolute queen. You support the genocide. You support the genocide. Harvard study says it's 400,000. Have you ever been through one?
No, none of us have. That's the whole point, mate. None of us have. You've got a clue what you're talking about.
The cruelty, the barbarism is off the scale. These are people like you and me.
Genocide.
5 hours on a plane from here. These people are dying as we're doing this topic. We're in Peru as we go shopping and meet our friends.